Hello everyone! Today we'll be retelling a very sensual and light French film. It's a story about two women drawn to each other despite their age difference. Subscribe and let's begin. The film begins with an anxious yet almost comical conversation with her landlady, who informs her that Anaïs hasn't paid rent in several months and now faces eviction. It should be a reason to panic, but Anaïs doesn't seem particularly concerned. She smiles, interrupts, nods absent-mindedly. Financial and domestic troubles don't frighten her. Her attention isn't focused on problems but on the breath of life itself, on people, phrases, smells, fleeting glances. One day, while at an appointment, she meets Daniel, a mature, charismatic, intelligent man. He works as a publisher and immediately comes across as confident, composed, and slightly ironic. There's a quick, almost instant attraction between them. It's not a deep emotion, but rather a spark born from the intersection of energy and curiosity. Their connection isn't meant to be serious from the start. Anaïs has a boyfriend, Raoul. He's older than her, calm and steady. Their relationship exists, but there's no passion or real intimacy. She tells Raoul she was pregnant and had an abortion. She says it without drama, almost casually. She doesn't want children, and this isn't so much a decision as it is her essence. To live without attaching herself to anyone or anything. Raoul is upset, says he loves her, but Anaïs, almost indifferently, stares at her phone. There's a message from Daniel, and she openly admits it. Raoul is hurt. He wants her to feel the importance of their bond, but Anaïs can't reciprocate his feelings. With Daniel, she quickly and easily enters into a sexual relationship, but even here there's no real investment on her part. It's as if she's sampling the taste of his life but doesn't linger. After meeting Danielle, Anaïs visits her parents. There, she receives painful news. Her mother has been diagnosed with cancer. The news devastates her. For the first time in a long while, she's genuinely upset. Pain, fear, and helplessness flicker across her face, in her gestures, in her long, distant stares. Meanwhile, she decides to sublet her apartment and moves into Daniel's place. He's a busy man, always working, often on the phone. While he's occupied, Anaïs wanders around his house, peeking into his personal belongings, even entering his wife's room. There, she carefully, almost reverently, examines her things: perfume, dresses, lipstick. Anaïs's attention shifts. Now, at the center of her interest isn't Daniel, but his wife, Émilie. Soon, Daniel makes it clear he has no intention of divorcing his wife or changing his settled life. For Anaïs, it feels like a blow, though she might not have fully realized she expected otherwise. She quickly packs her things, says she likes people who know exactly what they want, and leaves. Now, she's without an apartment, without a man, but with a strange new fire inside. She goes to stay with her brother temporarily. The veterinary clinic they visit the next day seems random, but it's there that a pivotal moment happens. Anaïs reads a book written by Émilie, Daniel's wife. One day, while walking with a professor, she learns she could temporarily work as an assistant, replacing a woman on maternity leave. But everything changes in an instant. On the street, Anaïs suddenly spots Émilie. She abandons the professor, literally running toward her. She approaches and, breathless with excitement, says she's reading her book and is in complete awe. Anaïs tells her they share a similar perspective, that her thoughts resonate deeply. She even lies a little, claiming she's only seen Daniel once at a party. Émilie is slightly puzzled but responds with gentle warmth, calling Anaïs very beautiful, before excusing herself for a meeting with her publisher. After meeting Émilie face-to-face, Anaïs can't stop. She learns Émilie will attend a writer's retreat. Without hesitation, Anaïs decides to go. Arriving there, she accidentally ends up near Émilie, but it's clear to the viewer, this isn't chance, but a deliberate, deeply personal decision. She doesn't just observe, she absorbs. She listens to Émilie talk about writing, watches how she moves, carries herself, gazes. Émilie remains reserved. She's older, with status, reputation, experience. She's cautious, but there's a flicker of interest in her too. When the event ends and guests disperse, Anaïs approaches Émilie right on the street. She confesses, she came here for her. Émilie barely has time to react. The retreat host interrupts, telling Anaïs she must pay for a room if she plans to stay. Anaïs has no money, but she doesn't falter. She offers to help with chores in exchange for lodging, and so she stays. Later, almost running, she rushes to find Émilie. She discovers her alone at her computer. She suggests a walk. Émilie is surprised but agrees. They stroll through a field slowly in silence. Anaïs asks about her book, her writing, everything. She wants to know every detail. Émilie suddenly asks a direct question. "Where did you come from, Anaïs?" As if trying to understand what's behind this, Anaïs answers simply, she wants to know Émilie better. Just then, Johan, a guy Anaïs is supposed to help, arrives. Émilie leaves, and they say goodbye. Anaïs stays with Johan. They clear dry branches at the entrance of an old building, exchanging short phrases, getting to know each other. Johan is calm, a little rough but honest. Anaïs isn't focused on him. Her thoughts are with Émilie. That night, she writes a letter to her mother. It's tender, personal. She says she's worried for her, asks her to think of herself, to be happy no matter what. For the first time, her words carry real care, warmth that was previously hidden behind her whirlwind of distractions. She finishes the letter, but at the last moment, crumples it. She stays alone with her pain. Then she steps outside, sinks into the grass, and, for the first time in so long, lets herself cry under the night sky. Returning to the house, Anaïs unexpectedly runs into Émilie at the entrance. She seems slightly agitated. She says she lost her book and is heading to the conference room to look for it. Anaïs asks, concerned, if everything's all right. Émilie smiles softly. "I just can't sleep without it." In the morning, as Anaïs helps Johan, Émilie approaches. She says the printer is out of paper and asks for help. Anaïs agrees without hesitation. They walk together through the cool halls of the old building, and in that quiet, an invisible closeness grows between them. Anaïs cautiously asks if she ever found that book. Émilie shakes her head. Her voice softens. "It was a special book," she explains, "a gift from her high school French teacher, a woman she'd once been a little in love with. That teacher was the first to see her as a writer, the first to believe in her." Suddenly, they stumble upon a hidden door. Émilie enters first. She moves slowly from one painting to another. Anaïs freezes behind her, watching, mesmerized. Something in that half-light, in Émilie's quiet presence, pulls her in irresistibly. She steps closer, leans in, breathes in the scent of her hair. Émilie turns her head. Anaïs, almost whispering, says, "Your perfume. It's incredible." That evening, music fills the air. Guests dance to the rhythm. Émilie is among them. She dances confidently, beautifully, with a slight detachment. In her movements, grace, freedom, and calm. Anaïs stands nearby, by the wall. She doesn't dance, just watches Émilie. Émilie smiles and waves, inviting Anaïs to join. They begin to dance. Their movements are free, synchronized, as if they've known each other forever. The music fades into the background. What matters is what's happening between them, in their glances, in the nearness of their bodies, in how effortlessly they find each other in this dance. A car pulls up to the house. Daniel steps out. Anaïs freezes. She can't believe he's here. Daniel is equally shocked. He clearly didn't expect to see her. Their eyes meet, briefly, almost accidentally. They pretend to barely know each other. Inside, in the kitchen, they're alone. The conversation quickly turns into an argument. Daniel is irritated. He's jealous. He's uncomfortable with how close Anaïs is to Émilie. He feels betrayed. Anaïs responds sharply. She doesn't understand why he even came. His presence ruins everything. She says it plainly. Whatever they had is over. But with Émilie, it's only just beginning. Anaïs gets a call from her tenants. There's been a fire in her apartment. She needs to leave immediately. At the table where Émilie and Daniel are calmly eating, she asks to borrow his car. He offers to drive her himself. Anaïs doesn't object. But instead of taking her to the right address, he drives her to an unfamiliar place, dumps her belongings from the trunk, and leaves without a word. Later that evening, in a small screening room, Emily and Daniel sit side by side, watching a film. Suddenly, as if from nowhere, Anaïs appears. She returns as if nothing happened. She sits beside Emily, who is surprised. "How did you get back so fast?" Anaïs evades the question. "Figured it out." During the film, Anaïs watches Emily. The way she gently touches her neck, the way she brushes back her hair, the way she breathes. Then, Emily leans in and whispers into Anaïs's ear, "You came back!" Anaïs turns sharply. Their faces are centimeters apart, their lips almost touch. When the film ends, Emily steps forward to address the audience. Anaïs watches her with admiration, adoration, a desperate longing to touch her soul. But Daniel ruins it. He confronts her again. Bluntly, without ceremony, he asks, "Are you a lesbian? Why are you so interested in my wife?" Anaïs is irritated, silent. After the event, he offers to drive her back to Paris. She refuses. Daniel insists, kisses her, as if in a desperate attempt to turn back time, but Anaïs pushes him away. She says she's only interested in Emily, and whatever they had is over. Morning. Anaïs sits by the river when Johan suggests going swimming. On the way, they meet Emily. "Come with us," Anaïs insists. Emily hesitates but agrees, though she needs to grab her swimsuit first. As soon as she leaves, Anaïs convinces Johan to stay behind. She wants to go alone with Emily. Emily returns, and the two of them drive to the sea. Sun, wind, the open road, and between them, lightness returns, smiles, and almost childlike freedom. They descend steep cliffs, carefully stepping between rocks until only warm sand remains underfoot. A deserted beach. Anaïs runs her fingers through the golden grains, scoops up a handful, and slowly lets it spill over her knee. "Why are we here?" Emily asks, but her hand is already resting on Anaïs's leg, stopping the flow of sand. Anaïs holds Emily's gaze. A smile touches her lips as she says, "I want to kiss you." Emily's palm glides over Anaïs's back, then she kisses her. Softly, hungrily. The sand is warm from the sun, but they no longer notice. Hands explore bodies, hurriedly unbuttoning, slipping fabric off shoulders. Touches grow damp with sea salt, lips merging in greedy kisses. They aren't just making love, they're dissolving in the moment, in every touch, in quiet moans lost in the sound of the waves. 2 weeks pass. Anaïs is with her family. They're taking a group photo. A faint smile plays on her lips, her eyes calm. Then she receives a message from Emily. Just a few lines. "I can't stop thinking about you, about that day, about the sand on your skin. I can't wait to see you again." Anaïs holds her phone, reading the words. In the same instant, she writes back, a long, feverish reply where every line screams what she can't say aloud to anyone. "I remember every sigh, every touch. It's driving me mad." Her messages are full of passion, longing, anticipation. She admits she's crazy about Emily. She's living for this feeling. Finally, they meet again. Anaïs arrives at the restaurant early, and then Emily appears. She greets her reservedly, almost coldly, kisses her stiffly. Something has changed. Her gaze is distant, guarded. They sit. Anaïs pulls out the very book Emily lost at the retreat. Emily thanks her. Then, looking straight into her eyes, she says, she can't give Anaïs what she wants. They're at different stages in life, on different paths, and she knows about Anaïs's fling with her husband. It's painful, and she can't ignore it. Anaïs listens. Inside, everything shatters. Tears well up. She doesn't agree. Her pain is warm, alive. She doesn't want to let go. But Emily says goodbye, rises from the table, and leaves. And then, Anaïs stands and follows her. She stops her, takes her hand, kisses her. Silently, sincerely, with love. Emily freezes. Something cracks in her cold resolve. She feels, these touches are stronger than reason. She can't pull away, can't leave. Anaïs leads her down the hallway straight to the elevator. As they step inside, Anaïs pulls her close. Emily's lips meet hers in a tender, passionate kiss, and the elevator doors close.